Okay, welcome to today's lesson. I'm going to teach you how to take any minor chord and turn it into a very nice sounding jazz chord. Okay, this is powerful because minor chords show up a lot in music just as major chords do. Today, I'm going to focus purely on the minor chords. So let me play a little bit of what I'm going to show you guys today, and then we'll jump right into things. Okay, so that is pretty groovy, gospely, but I'm going to show you later on in the tutorial how to also turn these chords into a lounge piano and softer type of feel. So let's get jumping. Let's get rolling. Jumping. All right, so first things first, you need to understand what a minor chord is. So if you don't understand what that is, go to my website. I have free downloadable tutorials that will discuss some of the basics of piano for you. So go to the products list and then go to the basics category and find the video that talks about minor chords. Learn what a minor chord is, be able to identify it, then come watch this video and you'll be able to get much more out of it. If you do know what a minor chord is, for instance, a C minor here, then we can jump right into things. So what we're going to do is we are going to take this chord and voice it. And what voicing means is it means you're adding or sometimes taking away notes to make the chord sound a little bit more pleasing or a little bit more full. And so what we're going to learn how to do today is voice minor chords. So instead of playing this, watch my right hand, I'm going to do this. So essentially what's happening here for the people that want to know the technicals, the technicality of this, is we're going to be adding the minor 7. Okay, the 7th note of the scale to the chord. And so I'm going to teach it in a pattern form or a pattern way. So there's 2 steps to this pattern that I want you to memorize. And this is actually going to be the entire lesson right here. And then I'll show you how to incorporate it into music. Okay, so step 1, what you do is take a minor chord. So C minor right there. Step number 1, you take the lowest note, your root, and drop it a whole step. So dropping a whole step would go from here to here. So you have this. And then this C minor, what we're going to do to voice it, make it jazzy, is from the middle note. This is step number 2. You add a note that is a half step down from the middle note. And then you have that chord. So instead of playing this C minor like this, you play it like this. And I'm going to show you how to incorporate this into your music so that you instantly sound like you know what you're doing when it comes to some jazz voicings, some gospel voicings, or funky music. So there's the C minor. Let's work on another one. How about a D minor? Okay, so the step 1 is the lowest note drops a whole step. From the middle note, you add the note that is a half step down. So half step down from F would be here. So here's our D minor chord. So instead of playing like this, we play it like this. Okay, let's jump ahead. So we did C minor, D minor. Instead of E and F, you could do those. You can apply this trick, this 2-step trick, to any minor chord, but let's do it to G. Okay, so pause the video here, see if you can figure it out. Okay, so you should be applying the 2 steps. So from here, G, bottom note goes down a whole step. From the middle note, add a half step down. So then you have that. Okay, so I added in that chord. That's not part of today's lesson. But do you see the power in this? This is a simple way to take a basic chord and voice it so that it has a little bit more life, a little bit more edge. And of course, you can make it like lounge piano as opposed to kind of that funky style I was playing. So you can do something like this. I'm going to teach you how to do that, don't worry. I just kind of want to make sure you understand that this can go a couple ways. These voicings, you can use them for different styles and for a different mood. So back to what I was saying here. We have this two-step process to voice these minor chords. Okay, so what I'd like you to do to kind of get this under your belt, let's start with a kind of a funky feel to things. So with your left hand, we're going to be on a D, and then in your right hand, a D minor, but we're going to voice it. So we have drop the lowest note, your root, a whole step, and then add from the middle note, a half step down. So we have this voicing, and then we're going to go to this G minor voicing. Okay, so you have here and here. Practice that. Because what you're going to do now is your left hand is going to keep timing. So go with me here. 2, 3, 4, and 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now watch my right hand. 5 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have trouble getting your left hand to kind of keep that timing and then hit the right hand at the same time, that's the hardest thing in piano. A lot of people struggle with that. So check out the program I have on the screen here. I developed 9 exercises to help with your rhythm independence. So that's titled, the program, Rhythm Techniques for You. Check that out. I created it. That'll help you with stuff like this. Okay, so once you have that down, then you kind of can start working with some of the rhythms and kind of go for that funky feel. Okay, for the advanced player or maybe intermediate player, I'm going to give this to you and then we'll move on. So from here, what you can do is the top note can move to a G and your bottom note can move to a B. So one more time, I'm going to have this chord and then this chord, and if you play them back to back, it sounds really cool. So slowly. So you can kind of be doing this, kind of chugging along here in your left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the G minor, you can do the same thing. So here's the first position of that chord, and then here you can kind of do that sweet little lick there, kind of like a solid block lick. Okay, so that's for the intermediate player. See if you can get that going with your left hand kind of pumping away here. Okay, so before I get carried away, let's move on. So now into the lounge piano. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on these same 2 chords, the D minor and then the G minor. So you need to know these voicings. It will take some practice. So if you'd like, just practice this. Pause the video and then you can come back and finish this here. Okay, so what you're going to do now is with this D minor, you're going to let your left hand take care of this entire chord. So if I were to get my right hand off, you're thinking, wow, how is my left hand going to take care of all that? Well, I will show you. You hit the root, so you hit your D, come up and hit the voicing. This takes a lot of practice, but this is a very lounge piano type of feel and a good style to play. So I have G in my root, come and hit the voicing for the G minor. If you're confused as to how I got here, remember it's just from that G minor chord and we apply the 2 steps. Drop the lowest note and add that middle note there, right? So here, so D minor with the voicing, G minor with the voicing. Okay, so now I'm not going to spend too much time teaching you on the right hand how to mess around with notes, but let me give you an idea of what you can do. Okay, so that's how you can use this 2-step process to take any chords, go back and forth in between them, kind of do this, what I showed you, or you can kind of do this left hand pattern that I was showing you for a little bit different of a feel. So you see, jazz piano is all about voicings, adding notes to the basic triad that you probably know how to play or have seen people playing. And so if you can memorize these simple little patterns, that's what I do to figure out how to better voice some chords or kind of achieve a certain mood. What you can do also, I do this in my covers sometimes. Let's say I was trying to take Bruno Mars's song titled Just the Way You Are. Let me play it for you. So if you notice what I'm doing there, I have an F chord here. So when I see your face, then I go to a D minor. There's not a thing that I would change, right? And then, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are. Okay, so if you notice what's happening here, I have an F chord in the left hand. I go to a D minor. You should be thinking, oh, D minor, what can I do to that? Yeah, you're on the right track. You can voice that. Then you can go to the B flat chord, just the way you are, and then back to the F. So what if we substituted this regular D minor into the voiced D minor that we just learned? So what we're going to do, instead of hitting the D minor on this part, we're going to hit a root of D and come up and hit the voicing. So it's going to give it a jazzier type of feel. But let's see how it changes the song. I'm going to play one time through just regular, and then I'm going to switch it up using the concepts we just learned here on that two-step process. Okay, here we go with the voicing. Okay, so just using that voicing right there, substituting the D minor with the two-step process I showed you, it really adds something to the song. Of course, you have to be cognizant and aware of what you're trying to achieve. Don't always take these songs and jazz them up, unless that's what you're really going for. So I really do hope that this was a helpful way for you to take any minor chord, apply the two rules to it, and play stuff like that. Make sure to subscribe. I have lots of videos like this. Check out my website. Check out that program. I'll catch you guys next time, and it's good to be back. I got married about a month ago. I just got back from my honeymoon, and I'm back online. So to all my subscribers, thanks for being patient. I've been gone for a couple months, but I am back. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.